Hi, it's Mary Lurson with Talking at Music Education, a podcast of the NAMM Foundation. We're here live on Facebook via our wonderful friends at EnterTalk Radio on Saturday at the NAMM Show. Here we are.
It's a big day.
Big day. And I'm here. How is it out there, by the way,
Oh,
before I introduce you?
It's madness. If you have to be somewhere quickly, forget it.
Yeah. I'm here with Rich Redmond, who is a percussionist, professional percussionist, also music educator, and has a motivational speaking thing going on. We'll talk about that more. So, first of all, what are you doing here at the NAMM Show?
Mostly just
What does a drummer do at the NAMM Show?
It's a lot of handshaking. It's a lot of handshaking and hugs.
It's a lot of hugging, man.
It is.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's a lot of hand sanitizer because you don't want the anthrax.
Yeah.
But we all know about that.
A few of us are working on that. We've got to work on, yeah.
Excuse me.
But it is a wonderful community. But the bottom line, we share germs, but it's a wonderful
See what's happening
reunion.
there?
Right.
Is there a water in the house?
Yeah.
I had some Brazil nuts. I should have known better.
Yeah.
But no, I just came to show a little peace, love, and gratitude to all the companies. Thank you so much that's support me over the years. DW Drums and Sabian Cymbals and Remo Percussion and ProMark, and all those people that make what I do work. Being a traveling musician, being a recording musician, and being an educator. So I just come for a lot of hugs.
Yeah, well, that's great. And it's having the artist here among us is really important to the NAMM community and being part of it. So let's get the full picture of your career. Let's
Sure.
hear it. Give us the verbal curriculum vitae. What are you doing? Who have you played with?
Yeah.
Well,
for
we
me, yeah,
want to enter truly into the cool factor here. Okay?
There's so many podcasts floating around with my little Blue Sparkle snare drum story, but for me it all started, I've been playing drums for 42 years, so 1976, I grew up in Milford, Connecticut, and I was hitting everything in sight, and my accountant dad and my nurse mother said, you are a type A restless kid, and we're going to get you to do something, so they got me a Blue Sparkle snare drum, and I started taking lessons.
Was it like they had Ludwig on it?
Oh, it was a little no-name brand.
No name,
and I think somewhere along the way in my musical journey, when, musicians, it's... you starve for your supper. I think I pawned it or something. I wish I hadn't done that. But I had a little Blue Sparkle snare drum, and I was playing along to Kiss records and Queen records. My first teacher was a guy named Jack Berge, and he showed me how to hold the sticks and how to play a marching cadence, and then we started working into like rock beats and stuff. And then my dad got transferred to El Paso, Texas in 1981, and that was a blessing because Texas has an amazing music education
Fantastic.
culture.
And Connecticut's not bad.
Yeah, if I was going to be a full-time music educator, it would be like, for sure I would move to Texas because
it has a phenomenal ecosystem for music education.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the parents, everyone takes lessons, and there's instruments everywhere. And, I was in a 400-piece marching band in high school and a 400-piece marching band at the Texas Tech University, where I ended up...
Drumline. You were drumline.
I was in the drumline, and I ended up... getting my bachelor's degree in music education with percussion emphasis at Texas Tech, and then I went to the University of North Texas and played jazz in the 1 O'Clock Lab Band, which is kind of an illustrious, it's a professional band actually. We toured and we recorded, and I played all over Dallas, Texas, and I played in cumbia bands, and I played for supermarket grand openings, and I backed up jokes and
working musician.
Just did everything.
Right.
I said yes to everything, and then right around 1996, my goal in life was to tour the world on someone else's dime, hear myself on the radio. And I knew that wasn't probably going to happen in Dallas, Texas. I needed to go to a coast. And so through a series of auditions, I ended up in Nashville, Tennessee, area code 615.
Music City. Yep.
Music City, USA, which is having an incredible... When I was there, it was a one-horse town. It was like you tied your horse up.
Well, that was the beginning. Now it's like the Clydesdales, right?
Right now, it's like, it's such an amazing
Ferraris.
culture. Yeah, we have sushi, we have valet parking.
Big time.
It's a real city. It's a real city.
So who have you performed with and for, and who?
Well, I've been playing since 1999 with a young country rocker named Jason Aldean. So it's a gig I've had for 20 years. And
rare, important,
and it's very
life-sustaining.
Life-sustaining and life-changing, and the fact that I've been able to, go to 20 countries with my best friend and hear myself on the radio, and so we beat the odds. And along the way, I think we kind of helped give permission to create this new Music City sound that we have.
Yeah, describe the sound. It's a kind of a crossover thing. thing.
Well, in the
right?
90s, Nashville is always about storytelling. It's
Right.
about three chords and the truth. It's about relating to the common man and everything that happens between New York and LA. And
Just slow down a minute.
yeah.
You kind of said a mouthful there, right?
Oh yeah.
Three chords in the truth, right? I
Harlan
mean,
Howard, yeah.
right? I mean, he just kind of laid it out there, but let's just soak that in for a minute,
Three chords and the truth is,
right?
most great, pop music is that way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's storytelling. It's the story of the common man, something that we can relate to, and
Right.
and if you wrap it up in a cool, memorable riff and an awesome melody, and that's Nashville is the songwriting capital of the world. Even if you're a hit songwriter in Europe or New York and LA, you're always going to find yourself at some point in Nashville, and that's when Nashville was great to me because it gave me, it taught me how to play a song. And that's a skill set, though. Now, if I go back to play classical music or improvisationally based music, jazz music, any kind of other music that I go back to play, the people that I'm working for can tell that I know how to construct a song. And that's something that, as a drummer in the
I
studio,
was going to say, play a song as a drummer,
which is basically stay out of the way.
which is a really important, like, layering thing, right? You have to know where it belongs,
Right.
when it can emphasize, when it can be meaningful, and when, like you said, get out of the way. right?
Totally. Yeah, so less is
that's
more,
great.
less is more, less is more, and it was an awesome skill set to learn. So, playing all these years with Jason, then as a result of playing with Jason, I've been able to work with other people like, Ludacris and Kelly Clarkson and Bob Seger and Bryan Adams as a result of playing year after year with him, and then I've gotten to play the Grand Ole Opry with like people like Pam Tillis and Vince Gill and the old guard of traditionalists, which is cool. So all the kids that are moving to Nashville, I say, yes, this is this rock-based sound that is happening in Nashville, but you really should go back and, study the roots because you have to be able to learn the rules so you can break them. Learn the rules first. So it's been a great 20.
And that was also your serious training in college, right? And you had a very serious music
Right.
learning,
Yeah.
right? Degree, all this.
Yeah, to speak these
all
languages.
all this college stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
right.
So we started out talking about Nashville in terms of this crossover thing that's happening. You call it the Nashville sound. Is that sort of where we are? This is kind of amplified or sort of a higher mixture of country crossing over into rock a little bit, and
Yeah.
there's a little pop in there, and,
Yeah,
and the
there's
songwriting thing is
there's
still
hip-hop in there, there's
right.
all
I
these-
mean, it's really
yeah.
it's in a new evolution.
It's
right?
great, yeah. Like '90s country was like a lot of kick drum and snare drum, vocal right here, and then there would be trading between the piano and the steel guitar. And now, like years later, the drums have gotten louder. The vocal is even closer to you right here, and then there's less steel guitar. There's no piano. A lot of virtual instruments, a lot of drum loops, and it's just it's the new music of the people. It's like when you are driving down the highway and the soccer mom's got her minivan windows down. She's listening to this music, so which is very exciting.
I was a trained musician. I was a classical flutist for years and taught music. I just want to say thank you for that, explaining that so clearly. Because I'm experiencing it, and my ear is asking these questions. Where is this coming from? Or that's a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Wow, I didn't know those things were going together now. I mean, thank you.
It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
I feel a little bit more, my music education got a little rounder
Yeah.
thanks to you,
Is it
sitting here with you.
Is it flautist?
It'll cost you more.
Okay.
It's
call it
flutist.
It's flutist.
I never called it flautist
Either way,
because
I
I don't play the flout.
yeah.
But if you want to call it flout,
I gotcha.
if you want to call me a flautist, it'll be a higher price
I,
at the end of the night.
I dated a lot of flute players, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope
A lot
it
of
works.
French horn players too. Yeah.
Good for you. You shot in the right tessitura of the orchestra. Good for you. Okay. So, what are you doing? What's up now? I mean, what are you doing? You're doing that. You're continuing to play, and you live in Nashville.
I live in Nashville.
cool.
I've been there 23 years, and then in the spirit of just kind of moving forward in all things and developing and staying hungry, I've been coming out to Los Angeles for 6 years, and in the last 2 years, I finally got a place and a car and a lot of drums. Every time I fly out here, I bring a new drum, so I've got a nice collection. And Los Angeles is my mistress. I come out here and
So
play.
you're doing studio work out here?
Do studio
You're
work.
recording work,
Yeah,
production work.
I play the Viper Room all the time. I play the the whiskey, and I do all the jam nights, and then songwriters will have me flesh out their custom records, and started getting a little bit into. I think if you're in Los Angeles long enough, you're gonna act. You're gonna do a little bit of acting. Like if you're in Nashville long enough, you're gonna write a song. you're just gonna it's
So have you written a song in Nashville?
yes, I actually have 3 #1 songs in Australia. I never have gotten a
What
number.
are they?
There's a group called the Wolf Brothers, Silent E. The Wolf Brothers, cool guys. They're from Tasmania, and they play their own brand of really
Tasmanian
the Tasmanian
Brothers.
country rockers. And so
Who knew?
yeah, anybody that says, "Hey, Rich, we like your drumming, we like your songwriting, come write with us." They've gotten 3 #1 songs.
And what else? One, number one.
Those
Oh.
the 3. So I've had 3 #1 songs
With
as
them.
a songwriter.
With them, with the
them.
Wolf.
And then I've had 3 #1 songs as a record producer. I produced 2 #1 songs for a group called Thompson Square, which is a pop country group, and I had a #1 song as a producer with a group called Parmalee.
Oh, Parmalee. They were on our broadcast.
Were they?
They're on Talking Music Education.
Oh yeah,
I love those guys.
they're very fun guys.
They're fantastic.
You were able
And
to get a word in?
Oh, barely.
Okay.
That was last summer, and at the end they told us about the guy that got shot after a gig.
Oh yeah, that's the brother Scott.
And how they all moved into somebody's house and literally nurtured him back
Yeah, they
to
are.
being able to play in the band again.
They're
Oh,
blood brothers.
I love them.
They're great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, already love country music. I really liked it after that.
Yeah.
I mean, they were great. So you wrote a #1 hit for them.
I produced their record.
Produced.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get you all back together when we're back in
Yeah.
Nashville. We'll have to, get the Talk
course.
At Music Education podcast band back
This is
together.
great because I'm actually wondering how I can get more involved with NAMM and music education because I'm a product of music education. I'm a big believer in music education. So whatever I can do at any level.
And so are we. So am I. So are all the people we have on our podcast. I mean, it's you've shared your story with us. Now in Connecticut, in Milford, you said, right? Was there a school band there? Was that where it all got started?
For me, I was private lessons there, and then when I was 11, I moved to OPAC.
So that's when you jumped right into
Fifth
the school
grade band.
band.
Fifth
Yeah.
grade band, and then all
It
the
was
way
on
through.
fire, right?
Yeah.
On fire.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to have you involved with our advocacy work, and by being on this podcast, you've made the first step.
Awesome.
So you're a part of it. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you? How can they? Oh no! Wait, before I ask that, you said you're acting.
Oh yeah.
Okay, tell us about that. Went to L.A., got discovered. No, tell us about that.
I wish it was that easy, but I just
You're acting.
I play a lot of cops and detectives and the funny
Where?
funny
Come on.
husband. And
Where?
I played a overcaffeinated radio DJ in a movie called All Light Will End, and you could download it on iTunes. It's probably in Redbox. It's floating around out there. It's an independent film, so that was really fun. And then I just played a cop that got to beat up the lead actor on a show called Happy on the Sci-Fi Channel. So I'll be on episode 208, season 2, and it'll probably air in April.
Okay.
So that's really fun.
Are you loving that?
I love every bit of it. Yeah,
Did you ever think you'd do that?
Of course. Yeah. Everything that I do in my
Or you
life is
wanted
a
to-
result of being methodically chasing it.
This was like the being on the road, and this was just the boxes that you had to check.
Well, I just
Yeah.
who I look up to. I look to inspiration from guys like look at Sammy Davis. He was an all-around entertainer. He was a singer, dancer, actor, host, drummer,
I know.
and
yeah.
so I just feel like I want to do that.
Yeah.
So
So you have an acting agent. You've got all the bells and whistles.
got
and,
teams. Yeah.
And they're out
Yeah.
shopping your headshots. And
It's
you're-
all good.
Oh, that's so fun.
It's really fun.
That's fun. And then you go back to Nashville and play.
I just kind of bounce between
Yeah.
a tour bus, my place in Nashville, my place out here, and then wherever creativity takes me. I also do a little bit of motivational speaking. I'm a Fortune 500 company motivational speaker, so I speak to companies like Cisco, Johnson & Johnson, Hewlett-Packard, and I share a concept that is directly related to music education called CRASH. And CRASH is an acronym, stands for commitment, relationships, attitude, skill, and hunger, and it's a concept that people can live their life by to improve their life.
So you share that with the corporate and business community.
Kindergartners
and they
yeah.
eat it up, right?
Well, it's fun because
How to stay focused on what you want. And
I'm a
what's
drummer.
positive,
People love the
yeah.
drums. If you don't like the drums, I don't know.
Something's wrong with you.
Right.
Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you like the drums, and he goes, "Who's that cool cat behind the drums?" I got to get to know who that person is, right?
Well, people are more apt, especially when I go do kindergartens, the kindergartner kids. They're like, oh, he cool, Mr. Redmond. All right, then they'll listen to me because I can get them with the drums, So it's fun.
All right. So how can we find you? How do we follow you?
Easy.
You gave us a couple of things, and we can download you on Netflix or something
Yeah,
along the way.
yeah.
But what else? How can we find you?
Man, I'm a sitting duck on the Googlenator. RichRedmond.com, REDMOND is my hub. And you can go to crashcoursforsuccess.com if you're interested in my speaking events. And then if there's some drummers out there or drum educators, I have a 5.5 hour educational series called Drumming in the Modern World
Oh, great.
at drumminginthemodernworld.com. And you can stream it to your device for the rest of your life. You pay one time, and
Wow.
you can just stream it to any device. And then if you're incredibly bored, you can just go to richacts.com.
And that's your acting.
Yeah, it's
that's
got all that stuff.
That's the face of the Hollywood version of yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely see you playing a cop.
Yeah.
I could definitely.
I love donuts.
I was a major, went through like a 10-year Law and Order thingy.
Oh, man, you can just binge watch the heck out of that.
And I actually had to go to this little home goods shop in New York, and I bought one of those coffee cups. Because they always had the same coffee
Greek,
cup.
with the Greek,
but
yeah.
this is a ceramic one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a really good idea.
Cool.
So you take it out in the morning and you go, dun-dun, just lands in your head.
Yeah, who is the composer of that?
I don't know, but I hope he's still making
Dick
a lot.
Wolf is the...
Dick
yeah.
Wolf's the, but I hope he's still making a
Oh, no.
bundle.
Yeah.
Every time that, whatever. So, in addition to having so much fun chatting with Rich, we're going to have him take us out on a little,
yeah.
A wonderful Spanish instrument,
Yes, the
right? The cajon, and we'll cut the camera to. You can go head right over there,
right.
Rich. We'll cut the camera right to you, and then we'll.
It is a Peruvian instrument, but every chick singer in the world has to have someone playing their cajon in their coffee house.
Right.
So here's a little groove for you guys.
Bravo. And that is Rich Redmond. Thanking you so much for your time with us on Talking at Music Education. Thanks for being with us here from the NAMM Show. Have a wonderful day.